Welcome to ANZ Combined Racing League's final round of the IndyCar Championship to wrap up our Series 1 on Xbox Project Cars 2 for 2022. And we're at a very wet Laguna Seca here for qualifying. Currently watching Dark Racing 40 on his out lap. He's currently second in the championship, only 3 points in front of Commander Cirrus, who runs in third position. And he's a fair way off from Sato 15, who is actually leading this championship. He has to he's just got to finish the race pretty much to claim the championship for Sato 15. But the race is definitely on between this man, Dark Racing 40. We'll watch his qualifying lap here. As the rain tumbles down here. Very exciting track here around Laguna Seca. Be a fitting way to finish the championship. Got a few little battles throughout for championship, but other than that, I think we're going to have a very entertaining race tonight. 66 laps, clear conditions or overcast. And I think the clouds should break through near the end of the race somewhere. It's a bit of sun, I should say, break through the clouds. He's coming through that beautiful, famous part of the circuit, the corkscrew. You can see the elevation drop. Trying to put a banker lap down here, it looks like, here with Darky. He's been fairly conservative. Definitely trying to make the most out of the track before it gets too damp. And he's up into third. We've got Night Havoc actually on pole, provisional pole at the moment, with 6 minutes 40 remaining. Oh, and he's just looped it around, coming up to the rise. Dado Racer in second, but Commander Cirrus, this is the man that's obviously going to be having a big battle in the P51 Sim Sports car with the Andretti Auto Sports car of Dark Racing 40 tonight. So it's going to be a very interesting battle between these two. Obviously the fight for the second in the championship is well and truly alive, with only 3 points separating them. And don't forget, there is a bonus 1 point for the fastest lap in the race as well. Sato absolutely blitzed the opposition in early practice. He was able to do a 1 minute 14. 1 minute 7, I should say, 1 minute 14. 1 minute 7.024, so right on the dot almost. And his nearest rival was Dado Racer, 1.328 seconds behind with a 108.352. So, tell you what, Sato's going to be hard to chase down in here. He's already in pole position. He came out a little bit later on the track too. He wasn't the first one out, so the track's going to get a little bit damp as this rain starts to really flood this circuit. So he's done a really good lap there, 800ths of a second in front of Dado Racer. Night Havoc still in third position. He'll be happy with that time. Commander Cirrus actually in fourth. Dark Racing 40 in fifth. So he's going to be mid-pack. He'll be on the third row by the looks of things. Commander Jim in the Pertec Team Murray car, looking to see if he can squeeze anything out of this Chevrolet on his probably get another couple more laps, but it just depends how much grip's still available on this circuit. And he's got a battle with Night Havoc, who's obviously qualified third at the moment. Basically Night Havoc wants to, Commander Jim, needs to finish third, with Night Havoc in eighth, for him to be able to leapfrog him into seventh position in the championship. So there's a 9 point difference between them. It's a hard task for these guys. They're normally mid-pack runners, but anything can happen in this race. As we know, has happened before throughout the series. We've had upsy-turny sort of results right through the field. Commander Jim's best position was second way back in round one when we were at Watkins Glen. So he's got the ability to be there up on the podium. So we'll keep an eye. And Night Havoc's best result is third position, but he did get a first position when we had a sub in at round 4. And so round 4 was a Texas Motor Speedway Oval. He wasn't able to make it that night as he was off getting married. And I think it was Night Havoc. Sorry, I could get that all wrong though. But I knew one of our members they got themselves married. So all cars on track, so it's fairly busy at the moment. And Dado Racer been up to get that gap down a little bit as Sado's into the 11s now, 111.946. Let's see what Dado can do in the Ed Carpenter Racing Chevrolet, the number 6. So it's a sort of like a double apex corner here, the turn 2 Andretti hairpin. And very important to get a good exit out of here to turn 3 and don't get too much on that dirt, so you can keep that pace going right through turn 4 and really benefit for a nice run up here up into turn 5, where we saw Sato running out here out out in the dirt there. And a very tricky entry into turn 6 up the rails straight up the hill. And then we get into 7 and 8, the corkscrew, the big drop of elevation here as Dado's just can't hold onto the rear as it started to bite the brakes a bit there on him. Matty Seca in the second of the P51 Sim Sports, finds himself there in 7th at the moment. Not having the best time in these wet, damp conditions. I'm sure that he might have a better race car under him in the dry. Oh, he's had a big moment there. Still only a few more cars on track now for the final bit here. Commander Cirrus now, he's actually on a fly, so we'll keep an eye on him and see how he goes out of turn 2. Behind him, he's got Sato 15 too, so Sato's been able to get in for one more lap as well. He's down. Commander Cirrus on his time. I don't think we're going to see him improve, but he's run wide out of turn 5. Big commitment corner, turn 6. He's down by almost a second on his best time, so the track is definitely a lot more surface water on the track. Oh, there he goes off big time as Sato goes on through. And he's just pinched a brake going into the final corner there, turn 11. So he's called it quits. Commander Cirrus obviously now coming in the pit. So that's the end of qualifying for our final race. And Sato 15 once again on pole position. And 700ths of a second behind his Dado Racer in second, so he'll be alongside him on the outside here of the starting grid. Then we've got Dark Racing 40 the inside, so he's done well in the qualifying there to be on the inside row, inside of the second row I should say. And he should have a nice clear shot to probably tuck in between Sato and try and hold Dado out wide maybe on that turn 2 hairpin. Andretti hairpin, with Night Havoc on the outside, so he's got a little bit of work to do to see if he can try and jump maybe Darky on the start and cross in front of him. But he'll have to hope Dado gets a good start in front of him as well. So it's a rolling start, but then it also is Commander Cirrus row 3. So he's going to be, so all the contenders are actually all going to be lined up on the left between the rows. We've got Sado 15 on pole, then we'll have Dark Racing on the second row behind Sado, and then Commander Cirrus in third behind Darky, and that's how they stand in the championship as well. So that's pretty unique as well. So that's how close they've been running all season long. So Commander Jim will be alongside Commander Cirrus there on row 3, and then on the 4th row we'll have Maddie Seeking and Night Pegasus. Both cop 2 grid penalties, so it's not going to affect those two. They're going to stay the same, and we've obviously got the guess the flag of Matty Seeking. He looks like a Cronulla Shark supporter there tonight, but I believe that is a country flag. So get out there thinking and see if you come up with an answer. We'll have to find out through the week Matty's place of origin for tonight. So we're just holding on here before we get the okay from the admin in the race, as some of the drivers may just take the opportunity to have a quick little pit stop themselves before we come into this final race, which, as I said, really looking forward to it. Usually get some good battles. Hopefully again that they just take their time to settle in and basically hopefully we don't see too many incidents and we can get some really great green flag running here tonight. Obviously a safety car can be called whenever there is a incident between two cars, and basically then once those damage is on, the full damage, so then once they come into the pit lane and get repaired and join the queue, the race will start that next lap. So if anyone else chooses to pit and haven't joined the queue, the race will still start. We don't wait for everyone to join the queue. It's only the damaged cars that calls the safety car. Once they have rejoined the queue, racing will resume on the next lap. So there's a bit of a risk versus reward, I guess. Risk and reward, I guess, for some drivers. If the cars duck in early and get their repairs done and join the queue, and other drivers wait an extra lap and think, oh, we better quickly get some tyres or fuel for a free pit stop, they may not reach the queue by the time they get around again. So you have to be careful and judge it perfectly. They race to the flag. That's another thing. When the caution is called, they don't slow down. They race to the flag, to the start-finish line, and then the leaders then slow down to 150 kilometres an hour when they acknowledge that the safety car is, the virtual safety car is in place. So I think we should be almost ready to go, just waiting. Okay, we're good to go. So here we go, guys. So we got Sado 15 here on pole position, as we said, in the Team RLL Racing Honda. And then Dado Racer in the number 6, Ed Carpenter Racing Chevrolet, with Dark Racing 40 in the 27 Andretti Autosports Honda. And Night Havoc is in his 83 Chip Ganassi Racing Chevrolet in on position, row 2 I should say, position 4. Commander Cirrus in the P51 Sim Sports, number 9 Chevrolet. And then Commander Jim in the Pertec Team Murray Chevrolet. Maddie Seeking in the final car of the P51 Sim Sports crew in the number 8 Chevrolet. And then we have Night Pegasus. We didn't see him actually in qualifying. Nice looking car, this one, and he's in the number 11 KVSH Racing. It's Chevrolet. So again, Should expect to see Night Havoc have if he has a clean run and gets avoids any little mishaps. Night Pegasus, as I said, he's 5th in the championship at the moment, and 225 points. So he sort of got himself fairly safe to finish in 5th. But if Dado Racer has a poor race for some reason, there's a chance that Night Pegasus can pick up 4th position over Dado Racer. So there's a difference of 14 points between the two. So with 50 points for 1st, and then 40 points for 2nd, 35 for 3rd, then 32 points for 4th. We go down by 2 points from 4th position all the way down then to the 8th position. So yeah, so you can work that out. And plus there's a 1 bonus point for the fastest lap, which is going to be hard to take away from Sado tonight. He has been super fast. Basically at the pole position, he's been absolutely on fire in the practice before the qualifying, as I said, with the 1:06 I think it was lap time. No, 1:07, sorry, we nearly got into 1:06s. 1:07.024 was his time. And most of the other guys are in the mid 1:08, so we'll see how that all pans out. So here they all go, come in filtering down through the corkscrew. And we're about to look forward to the start of this race. We're expecting the race distance to be around that 1 hour 20 minute mark to 1 hour 30, depending on the virtual safety cars. They won't go at the green depending when they do release. I think the game doesn't release them until fairway up. So yeah, you can see that they just got to get themselves organised. A bit scrappy here how they get themselves organised. They've organised single file, I think. Not too sure what they're doing. Dado has decided not to be alongside Sado for some reason. It's more of a stagger grid. This can cause a little bit of drama, but Sado's had a clean run down into turn 1. But look at Dark Racing 40. Nice move down the inside of Dado Racer up into 2nd position. Now Commander Cirrus is trying to see if he can just fend off any battles there from Night Havoc, as he's trying to make sure he doesn't lose touch here of Dark Racing 40. He was in front of Dado, so he's got a little bit of a buffer there. But nice little start by everyone through the field. Night Havoc actually has been the only spinner, and he's left behind 30 seconds off the lead early on. Now that's very costly for Night Pegasus, as Dado Racer out on the outside of turn 6. As I said, that's all balls in corner turn 6, so he's obviously tried his hardest through there. But they're all getting through the corkscrew here fine. It's Commander Cirrus through the rainy curve now into turn 10, a very exciting corner here. As you can see in the background, Commander Jim actually using more of the curb and onto rear wheels onto the dirt, but he's been able to keep it together. The first man through on lap 1 here is Commander Cirrus. Benefit of being in front, but oh, Darky's losing the rears there. Can he stay away from Commander Cirrus? Yes, he can. But Commander Cirrus, has he got any front end damage? He may have got away with that, but he's now just in front of his teammate, Matty Seeking. So this is going to be could be a virtual safety car if there is damage before these two cars. But look who's up in 3rd position, Night Havoc. In the 83 Chip Ganassi car. So we'll just find out just to see, as I say, they race to the flag if they're going to call for a virtual safety car. Commander Jim is well behind also Night Havoc here, with Dark Racing 40 has dropped from obviously 2nd to 5th position after those rear brakes locked up into the Andretti hairpin, named after his race car as well. They won't be happy there in the pit wall. They're all staying out, so I think it's still race on. And Commander Cirrus, he's staying out, so there's no one going in the pits. So we've got green flags, so that's good to see. So yeah, it looks like his wings fairly intact there. He must have only just touched Darky just slightly, but that's lost him a lot of ground. Dado will be glad that he got away with that too. He got through when Darky's rears were spinning. Oh, and Darky's now visiting out onto the dirt. And this is going to give Commander Cirrus a nice little look up here into turn 5. And he's made that move stick, and he goes up the hill now, up towards turn 6. Can he just keep his composure and get this turn in right? Yes, he can. Now he goes up the rail straight up towards the corkscrew. Make sure he doesn't pinch any rear brakes here. Gets nice and settled. Don't get worried about Darky behind him now. This is where he wants him. Nice move by Commander Cirrus, benefiting from the little mistake. Oh, talk about mistake. He just found himself on that dangerous curve on the outside of the rainy curve there. He'll be pinching himself. There's Commander Cirrus right now, but Commander Jim now looking very racy for this third position from Night Havoc. Into turn 2. Keep an eye on this battle. This is getting very tasty between the two. Normally teammates a lot of the time in series and in special events here at ANZ Combined Racing League. He's showing his nose down the inside. Thinks better of it. Let's try and work Night Havoc into a little mistake here. They don't want to... but he's run very wide there at the no balls corner, turn 6. Such a tough corner, that one. Very hard to get your turning point. So fast in these IndyCars on the entry. So we'll see how he fares now with Dark Racing 40. Starting to try and get into a rhythm, I would imagine. He's had the rear end, so maybe he's had to shift the brake bias a little bit forward if he can in car. I'm not too sure if he can in the game. I'm sure these IndyCars have got brake bias adjustments in the cockpit. But we've seen him pinch those rear brakes a couple of times now, Darky, here into turn 1. And then there was somewhere else as well that the rear started going on him. So can Matty Seca now be the chaser of the P51 Sim Sports? Try and do something with Darky. Try and get in front and hold him up a little bit to bring him back to Commander Cirrus. We'll soon see. But Knight Pegasus is slowly reeling in the leader of Saturday. He was about 30 seconds behind. And he's only about 27 seconds now on our screen. But we know that sometimes plays up. So could have just been then we saw the 30 seconds that it was early in the race with him getting started. So probably took a while for it to adjust itself. But here comes Sato now to start lap 6 of 66. So we've got the Devil's number up on the top screen there, the 666. Hopefully everyone stays connected here and gets through this dark lap. The fire lap is here by the people. Really, he's in another level here, Sato, at the moment. He's keeping it on the blacks. He had a little bit of a moment actually going in there into turn 5. So he had to regather himself, but he's absolutely killing it at the moment. 2 seconds on average faster than everyone else. So he just wants to make sure he gets that fastest lap. You know, he'll get that one extra. Oh, there he goes. There's a rear end. That's a big moment for Sato. Now, where is Dado in all this? We'll see him coming around here. Here he is. So Dado's going to take the lead of the race. So the devil lap for Sato is absolutely killed him. He won't be liking the 666 lap at all. So Dado has found safe pastures on the lap 7 of 66 now. So he got through the devil's advocate there. And here we go. Commander Jim. Matty Seeking up into 4th position. So Darky's had a moment too. So here he's in the pits as well. So he's lost a wing. So this is a virtual safety car. So when you've got damage to the wing, that is called for a virtual safety car. So Night Pegasus, will we see? No, he won't go in. We've seen him before or previously. He normally comes in pits every time there's a virtual safety car. That's been his play all season long. So this could help Sato. So Dado won't like this safety car because he's got a nice nearly 9 second lead on Sato in third position. So this is going to bring back the field grouped up together. Now we'll sort of see what sort of fuel they've been burning. 49 litres, so I think there's a 70 litre fuel tank. So he's going to stay out. And I think he's trying to do that to try and put, where's the map here? He's trying to put the other cars a lap down that were in the pit lane. So Dark Racing 40 is going to be a lap down. So, but the beauty part of it that he knows is that could benefit Dark Racing 40 is another safety car period. He will be able to gain his lap back. They get a wave through. So Commander Jim, who we're looking, is in second position. And it looks like he's still going to come out in second. Where is Night Havoc? Night Pegasus, I mean. You get middled up with Knights there. So Night Pegasus is coming into pit lane. So Commander Jim has been able to now find himself in second position. This is what he needs with Night Havoc in seventh. So if that's exactly what, if Commander Jim could see that at the end of the race right now, he would have let Frog in the championship standings. His good mate Night Havoc for seventh position in the championship, but there's still a long way to go, as we know. So lap 8 is the safety car here. So we're just trying to see, it was Dark Racing was one of the cars that was caught out, so we have to wait for him to rejoin the queue before we get restarted again. So he's just coming down out of the corkscrew, where Dado Racer at the moment is coming into turn 2. So if he slows up Dado, he should be able to get all the Darky caught up before the next lap, so they can resume on lap 10. But how about that? Commander Jim has found himself in second position, with Night Havoc actually falling that lap down. So he came in, he was part of the safety car, so he can't get a wave through. You'll have to wait for another virtual safety car. So he's got the work up now for him. Night Havoc, he's shown some pace tonight. Dark Racing 40, they're coming on through to join this queue. So we should see the resuming of this race this time around. And look at the car that's coming into the pit lane now. Night Pegasus. So he came in again. So hopefully he's had some dramas again. He's had this before. He comes in the pits and they don't change the tyres, or something goes on. Let's see who's used push to passes as well. Dado's got 10 up his sleeve. Commander Jim's got 10. Sato's got 10. Maddie's got 10. Commander Sirius has got 10. Night Pegasus has got 10. Night Havoc. And Darky's got 10. So none of them are using, but we should be starting racing here. Ooh, they may be waiting for that one more lap. And here comes Night Pegasus to come back out. So he's been able to just get out before the queue. So he will still stay on the lead lap. So he's lucky that he got out there. But honestly, I thought the damaged cars had rejoined the queue. I thought it was ready to go that time round. But we'll hold on for one more lap. Back into racing. What a start we've seen so far. So lap 8 was our first virtual safety car. We got through the devil gate of lap 6 of 66. But Sato lost the lead on that lap, so that was a big moment of the race as well. We actually looped it out of the rainy curve. Rainy curve at turn 9, I think it was, or was it turn 10? It wasn't. I think it might have been actually, no, turn 10 it was. He lost it, and obviously that's where we saw Dado come on through. So this is a rainy curve here, so it wasn't this corner, it was actually, yeah, the next one here, turn 10. Because the camera angle we had will be the next camera angle, where we saw Sato off on the dirt on the inside and Dado coming on through. So here we go, we should be starting here. So leader has time when he goes, it's race on. So Dado's dropped the hammer. And off we go. So Sato, what's he going to do? He's tucked in behind Commander Jim, who's actually, he's second. That's right, because we got, sorry, I forgot about that. Night Havoc is a lap down. There's a couple of cars around wide. Matty's seeking. But he's also gassed it up, and he's also lost the rear end a little bit. So he's just got to try and find reverse and get going. But Sato 15. Now he's there on Commander Jim, still trying the back of his gearbox. Seeing if he can get past here. The car was a little bit wobbly there. We've seen the cars, the tyres due after the safety car period. It's usually a little bit cold. The grip's not there. And there goes Sato. Big moment out near the wall. And Darky's lit up, but he's a lap down. So he's now on effectively the same lap as Sato, but a long way to go. Commander Jim. And out front here, we've got Dado Racer. Will he just be happy to let Night Havoc through here, or will he be happy to have that little bit of pressure behind to push him on? So he knows he's faster than Night Havoc. So he probably doesn't want to get Night Havoc in front of him, because obviously once Dado's tyres come up to temperature again, you may find it hard to try and get past him, as Night Havoc is locking the inside tyre coming into turn 1. And now the battle here with Commander Jim as Dark Racing 40's trying to get past him to get back onto, making his way towards the front to get back onto the lead lap. The Dark Racing in the yellow Andretti Autosport number 27 car. Doing his best that he can here at the moment. We've got Commander Cirrus tucked behind him, not too far away, within 2 seconds of this. So Commander Jim has every right to keep Dark Racing 40 at bay, because he's a lap down. But at this stage, Darky could make it hard for Commander Jim as well. So there's a big battle here between the two red cars of Commander Cirrus and Sato. So Commander Cirrus actually in third position at the moment. So he's holding off Sato 15. Had a wild moment off the road. Oh, a little bit of a moment for Commander Cirrus. He was on full opposite lock there, holding onto the rear of that Chevrolet, the P51 Sim Sports car, up against the Honda of Sato 15, the championship leader, as he's looking down the inside here of the no balls corner. Whoa, and they both run a little bit wide, but Sato 15, he had all balls out there. Very ballsy move. That's why we call turn 6 the no balls corner. You end up with no balls if it goes wrong. Oh, he's wide. He's very wide. What has gone wrong with Sato? Is he having some wheel issues or something? It just seemed funny that it was so far wide there. Maybe he straightened it up, thinking that if he tries to fight it, he was going to loop it in front of Commander Cirrus. Took the safer option, as Commander Jim is now starting to get closer to Dado Racer within a second. So Dado's let Night Havoc go in front. So Night Havoc now has actually, there's Night Pegasus. Night Havoc is, as you can see there now, chasing down Night Pegasus. Who's actually, he missed the train. That was what was happening. That's why Night Pegasus is actually within Night Havoc's sights here, because Night Pegasus had to pit late in that safety car period. So this will be a battle between the two very shortly, with them only being less than 2 seconds apart. But we'll go back up front here with Dado Racer, trying to get himself back in the groove here, but Commander Jim trying to take that elusive win. Got every chance here tonight. Oh, just talking about, but I think he's been able to hold on to it. He's got off the throttle, kept it off the wall, but now that's going to give us, actually he's got a bit of a buffer between himself and Sado, 4 seconds. So Sado's been able to get back in front of Commander Cirrus. A lot of seesawing going around here with the track conditions at the moment. We had that wet qualifying session that took probably a little bit of rubber away from the circuit. Look at Sado, fastest first sector of what he's done so far. So he's absolutely flying at the moment. Let's have a quick look at the timings and we can sort of see who's been the fastest at the moment. Sado with a 109.5, so he's on. He's actually just run a little bit wide there, so he's actually that fastest lap that he's trying to get down to the 108s. Has gone begging this time around. So Night Pegasus has now found himself in 8th, lost a wheel. So this is a big moment here. He's lost his front wing and wheel, and he's only just getting through the first sector. So this could be all she wrote for Pegasus, unfortunately, because that engine will blow and it'll be all game over. So there you go. That's proof there that it's all over on lap 15 for Night Pegasus. So that's unfortunate for that fella there. So anyway, he's at a virtual safety car period at the moment. I'm not 100% sure. They're still racing. A single car incident, but he was unable to get to the pits. So it looks like it should be still going. Oh, there's a car off there. Who will that be? That's Commander Jim. He's gone straight off. So Commander Jim's looks like the car's not even responding either. He's lost a wheel, and it's not looking good for him either. So might have a few cars out here at the moment. So after a big show from Commander Jim, and up into second position, he's now going to find himself, I'd say, out of this race. So he's only going to leave us with 6. It was looking so good with 8. We've had a lot of little battles going on, and everything's turned on its head. But here we go, back up front. Well, back up front we've got Dado, and they've caught a safety car. Definitely caught a safety car here. So something is going on here, and they've decided to call a safety car. Try and get everything around. So that's going to benefit this man here, Dark Racing 40. He'll be able to get his lap back. I think he's already got his lap back, actually. He's coming into the pits now. Coming early, he'll be able to still get his lap back. So there's Knight having in pit lane. But there's Commander Jim trying to see if he can get out of there. I don't think he's going to have much luck there. We'll go on to, it's rolling back slowly. He's lost that front wheel. I don't know why he can't get going. If he can find reverse, let's see if we can find the chase camera. If he's got the 2 rear wheels on. So that's a strange one. We'll get off this one here. We'll get back to the track side. But I'd like to know what's going on there for Commander Jim, if he's able to get going again. Maybe he's had his wheel disconnect, maybe, and that's why he's gone straight on and he's trying to reconnect it. I'm not too sure. But with 2 rear drive wheels still intact, you think that he should be able to still steer that and get that back to the pit lane. But We won't know. So we'll get these cars all lined up. I guess they'll all line up here. Is Darky. We'll see Darky's actually able to get his lap back if he needs to, but I think he's already on the same lap. It says he's on lap 17, yeah, so he'll come around and be on the 18th lap as the leaders. And Night Havoc should do the same. So we'll have the 6 cars all on the same lap. Whatever's happening here, you've got to be careful because this car's slowly creeping back on that hill when it'll end up finding itself on the track. So here we go. Just got to try and find reverse. So he's got it connected. There you go. So if he can now move it, this is a great job by the recovery crew of Commander Jim and his men. Oh, what a shot we had just then of the camera. But there you go. So hopefully he can get himself back to the pits here. So the safety car will probably stay on until he joins the queue now. So that's good. He's back in the race. He's going to be a couple of laps down, probably 3 laps down. But there's every possibility if we've got a few more safety cars, he can get himself back on the lead lap. So we've had the 2 virtual safety cars. Okay, so for some reason, I'll just get, while we're waiting for this, because it's going to be a bit of a wait, I'll try and get Night Pegasus into the party. So there we go. So we should get maybe Night Pegasus into the party. And he can be our little pit lane reporter, so that'll be good. So here he goes. Welcome, Night Pegasus. How are you, mate? Good. Make sure you maybe select your audio. I don't know why people can't be joining my parties when they go to my profile for some reason. It's all allowed, but for some reason it's been going on. But, mate, what happened? Lap 15. Was it lap 15 that you something happened to you? You lost your rear wheel?
Yeah, a bit of a kerfuffle. So when I did my pit, I was trying to change the compound and put wets on. So then I went back and pitted again. And tyre pressures were wrong, and that corner spun it, and lost the rear wheel, and then just couldn't move. So, right. And then engine was going to blow up, so it was all over. Anyway, that's the first DNF for the season, so.
Yeah, okay. Sure was, but here we got 2 wide here with Commander Cirrus and Sato going at it hard. They've restarted. I thought they were going to wait for Commander Jim, as he was one that maybe caused another safety car period, and Matty Seeking has been shown the door off the track there, and so Darky is there in 4th position, but the battle, when the cameraman wants to pick him up, is really hot here for 2nd. They're missing someone. Here we go, Commander Cirrus. So Dado Racer actually has dropped from the lead. So something's happened to Dado. He's now into 3rd position, and Commander Cirrus has found himself in the lead of this race on lap 20.
Yeah, he's doing well. He was way back in the first couple of laps, wasn't he? I was following him at one stage.
Commander Cirrus, yeah, so he's done really well himself. He's just he got actually involved. Darky spun into a lap on the 2nd lap, I think, in turn 2. The Andretti hairpin, and Commander Cirrus had to be on all anchors and just tagged him on with his front wing, but got away with damage. And that's what dropped Commander Cirrus down the back of the field early on. And he's been fighting back ever since. So he's doing a good job there, and see if he can hold off Sato 15. It looks like Commander Jim's back into the race now, Pegasus.
Yeah, he had trouble with his wheel. So his wheel was playing up, and he had the Allen keys out apparently. So he had his issue just as I spun, and looks like he's got it going, and he's back in it again, which is good.
So Commander Cirrus out of Sector 2, he's 300ths of a second up on his fastest lap, so he's absolutely flying on this restart. Trying to take that victory. He's been wanting a victory all season long. He had a second in round 4 at the Texas Motor Speedway. He came second there, I think it was. And he had a second last race as well at where we were last race there. I wasn't involved. Circuit of the Americas at Coda, that's it.
Yep. A
shortened race there because we had less numbers. I think we only had 6 entries that night, so they ran half race distance.
Yeah,
and Dado Racer winning that. Yeah. And so here we go. Back into it here on lap 22 of 66. Third of the way through.
So I'm not sure if they pitted while I was logging out of the lobby, but before I pitted, Sato was on reds and Cirrus was on primaries. So.
Yeah, okay, so Sato he just was wide, but he's back on the track. That's the no balls corner, turn 6, where you just got to hope you turn in grips and you get through that corner. So Commander Cirrus is absolutely putting the fight up here for Sato, so Sato's having a little bit of troubles trying to stay on the back of Commander Cirrus, so this is good to see. Chevrolet versus the Honda, the 2 red cars out there in front. We got Dado, who made a mistake off the restart somewhere and finds himself in 3rd position, but clearly got pace over Dark Racing 40, who seems to be struggling tonight with a lot of rear end grip. The car's very loose, so he's going to have a tough night in front of him in 4th position.
Yeah, long way to go though. Only a third of the way through.
That's it. Plenty to go yet, and our Commander Jim's obviously got will probably be able to get a couple of laps back. So throughout the event, if we have any more safety cars.
Yeah, so these guys coming up on Commander Jim to lap them again. By the looks of things on my map.
Yeah, it was unfortunate though for Commander Jim. He was actually running second when he had that wheel issue, and as he said, had to do some running repairs, get an Allen key from the crowd and start tightening a few things up. But yeah, it looked nasty there up in the wall there. He'd lost a wheel, so glad to see everything's all right and he's back racing again.
Yeah, it's tied up the front here. 0.1 of a second between those two. That lap.
Yeah, so Sato at the moment is absolutely flying here, trying to get back onto the back of Commander Cirrus as we ride on board. And you can just see this uphill climb now up into the no balls turn 6 corner. And then look at the corkscrew, you just don't know where it's going to go, it just drops away from you. It's such a tough corner here. We're lucky we're on top of the on the engine pod. And this is the corner where Sato lost the lead on the Devils lap of 6 of 66. And but he's doing everything he can here now to try and bridge this gap to Commander Cirrus in front. So not as fast as what we've seen from Sato.
I wonder if his tyres are starting to go off.
Yeah, he's still doing a good job though. And as you said, Commander Jim trying to stay, if he can, on this lap. He's 4 laps down at the moment. So it's pretty vital that if you can try and stay in front of Commander Cirrus, and if there's a virtual safety car, you'll be able to come around and gain another lap back. So,
yep.
Oh, there they go, just run a little bit wide of turn 6. you just see the cars just lifting off the front wheels, and looked like Sato was a little bit the car wasn't happy going down through the corkscrew that time around. He just dropped off a little bit and he's running wide again out of turn 9. Turn 10, I should say.
Yeah, Sato's really pushing. He really wants this win, wrap up his championship in style.
Oh, definitely. That's the way that they like to go out on top, champions, always winning that last race. But look at Sato, 15 now. And Commander Jim's let Commander Cirrus, through.
Too many commanders.
I'm getting all muddled up here, but got to get my head back into the game here.
So Sato's wanting to put, because like I say, he never pitted while I had my accident. All Sato off in the background. If he never pitted, he's on the red, so he's trying to make the most of those, and Cirrus is on the primary. So if Cirrus can hold him off, I think he's still got the primaries to come later in the race. I mean, the alternate, I should say.
Yeah, so the alternate obviously is the red strip wheel, the tyres that are actually the faster of the compounds. But not necessarily sometimes. Sometimes the hards can work around here depending on the track temperature. I believe it would be fairly a bit warm out there.
Yes, it was.
So the hards could be the tyre of choice, because the softs would be burning up fairly quick. So
yeah, I was hoping to run the hard from the start right through to about 10 laps to go, and do a pit for the reds.
Yeah, right. So in game, for those guys watching our broadcast, you will see that all cars have got the red rimmed tyres already. Oh, there's Matty off. Matty's off into the wall, and he is not going anywhere by the looks of that. He has lost one of those rear wheels. He's
yes.
lucky he can get that going. If he can keep it momentum going now, that's the hardest thing though. As you know, Night Pegasus, you were in the same spot, but
yeah,
or not the same spot, but the same predicament. But I think you was trying to get back on the track, which is the hardest thing.
Yeah,
going uphill with one wheel.
He must have a stiffer car than me. Biggest issue that I had after that was engine. After a while, engine started to blow. Looks like his engine's going to blow.
So it looks like Darky's going to try and give him a push here, and Darky will then come into the pit lane as well. So this is going to be the test. The run up here, and then up to the corkscrew is going to be the real test for Matty. But he's got them. He's just keeping a steady pace. So this is wise. And he's
well versed in this, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh, we don't want to put any more mockers on him though. It'll be good to see him get to the pit lane if he can. But this is good for Commander Jim. But how unlucky is Commander Jim, not Pegasus? He only just fell a lap. He only just fell a lap down behind Commander Cirrus. So he's could have benefited from that safety car, but at least now he'll be still only that 4 laps behind, I'd say, from the leaders.
He could take a risk here. He could take the wave around and keep going, and then everyone else pit, and he might get 2 laps back. But that means he's still got to pit under green. But as we just saw, anything can happen.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's wise. He's should stay out though, I'd imagine, and just join this queue and see how he goes.
So Night Havoc and
actually, you are right. Yeah, you are right though. It's going to be a long pit stop because we're waiting for Matty to get in there. He's coming down from the corkscrew. He's been able to keep the car straight, so that's good to see. But yeah, you're right. So if Commander Jim gets through the wave around, then comes into the pits, fill up and all that sort of stuff, he'll be able to still get onto the queue of the before the restart.
Yeah, in this position, I'd get the wave around and then stay out because everyone else will pit. And then, because we only had a safety car not long ago, so they'd all stop for fuel at least, and then go around and then while you're waiting for Matty to repair, come in and fuel it up. And that way you
that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, get 2 laps back and then back on the end of the queue, so you're somewhere close then.
So Matty's just found himself into the pit lane, so he's been able to avoid over revving that car. temperatures are hot, though, 120 degrees, so he's been lucky. And we saw Dado do this. He had the same problem. I think it was at Long Beach, and he just got to the pit lane and his engine blew. So, yeah, and got a DNF, so looks like the car's still running. So once he gets going, that engine temperature should start cooling down for him with the fresh air. But Commander Cirrus is he's there waiting for for Matty to rejoin before we restart. And here comes Commander Jim to rejoin that queue. So as you said, so he might have been better off to actually have pitted that time around, because I think he's already had the wave around.
Yeah.
So now he's going to get held up now. So if he pits one, he gets around. Oh no, he's getting the wave around now. So maybe they're letting him actually go round and round a little bit more because of what happened.
The wheel, yes.
To his wheel. They might be a gentleman agreement just to let him keep going around to try and make some laps up. So that's nice by everyone. Yeah, definitely. We got some comment there, obviously, in the Twitch chat by the driver, Matty, who's been able to text while he's trying to get that car back to pit lane, saying that it was very lucky.
Yes.
With that no rear wheel, and was being able to get that, keep that temperature down. But still in pit lane. Still waiting to get that repair. There was very extensive damage. There we go. So he's just been able to get going now. So he'll tag to the back of Commander Jim. So he's on lap 20. What's he on? Lap 27, and Commander Jim's on lap 26. So there'll be a lap difference between those two.
So a potential race there later in the in proceedings.
Definitely. That's what it's all about. These longer races. This is 70% race distance from real life too around here. So they're doing a good job for a 70% distance race, that's for sure.
Well, Matty just gets out in front of the train.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm just a bit delayed on my vision.
Oh, you will be, yeah. Sorry if you're watching our Twitch channel. That's exactly right. But really appreciate your comments here, Night Pegasus. It'll make the night go through a little bit easier. And we've got the Ferrari series coming up the 15th of May as well for our second series.
Looking forward to that.
The Ferrari 488 Challenge, and we're going to have a 3 regional championship, 3-legged championship, each individual championship. And we're going to go to the Asia Pacific region first, and then we'll go to the European circuits and the Northern American circuits for 2 weeks each. So 4 races, 2 races each night for a 4-race championship, 20-minute races, and the top 3 of each division leg will then proceed on to the Race of Champions for the 7th week, with a round to be the circuit to be announced on after the completion of the North American leg, and we'll have a grid of 9 cars, or grid of 12, sorry, because we're going to have 3 wildcard entries. Oh, and Commander Jim, he's lost a wheel on his way back to finding the back of the grid. So he's going to now find himself in a worse situation. So hopefully he hasn't had some more wheel issues of them coming loose, because they're not going to wait for him now, because once Matty Seca joins this queue, they will be restarting. So
yes.
Yeah, so we get a Joker card for the drivers that compete in the different legs. There will be a wildcard entry after week 6 of 3 wildcard entries drawn out for each leg. Drivers that didn't finish in the top 3 to make 12 drivers for the Race of Championship. And Race of Champions, I should say, and will be crowned after 2 races there, the actual Race of Champions. So there's 4 championships on offer, basically.
Oh, excellent. I might have a chance at something. And that'd be good, especially if we get some wild card entries in for that last series you were just mentioning. Oh, there's the wheel there. Must have lost it out of turn 3 by the looks of it. But yeah, get some wild card entries in. some more faces in racing. That's what it's all about. Come and join me at the back of the field.
Yeah, so obviously come and see us over at our website where all that information is at aus-ncrl.weebly.com, and you can see the sign-ups are there on our website. Soon to be released this week on our Facebook page as well, so you can search ANZCRL on the Facebook group section, and you can send a request to join our group, as it's a private group for all Australian and New Zealand Xbox sim races on Project Cars 2.
Okay, looks like they're going to take another safety car lap here.
Yeah, Commander Jim's found himself in pit lane, so hopefully he can get this repaired fairly quick and not lose too much ground for these cars.
Nice looking paint scheme on that car.
Yeah, it is a nice paint scheme, but one of the best is actually You're Talking to Me. He's parked up in pit bay. I think that livery of your car is fairly neat.
You like that? Yeah, I had all the paint taken off to save weight, so it's got a lot of black on it. Didn't help me at all though.
So I think Matty's just been able to go on through. They've passed let him go on through as well. So maybe they're deeming this other safety car period is for Commander Jim as well. So we might have had a double whammy here. So it's a long period, sorry guys. We've had a long wait here as a couple of cars losing wheel. We had Matty Seeking caught in the first instance of the safety car period, losing the rear wheel, was able to keep that engine temperature down and get back to the pits to get it all fixed up. And on the way through lap Commander Jim, he's found himself in the wall and lost a front wheel. So and he's just leaving pit lane now as Matty is coming on through.
It's going to be interesting to see what this does to pit strategies for the rest of the race. Like who's taken the alternates already, who's in the primaries, and what are you going to use? You're probably going to need about a tank and a half of fuel to get to the end from here. So
now these tyres though, Pegasus, are going to be cold. They've been travelling around 150 kilometres or below for about 6 laps now. So
yes.
They might be starting here, I think. I'm not too sure. Sato looked like he was starting to get a little bit racy. No, they haven't. Sierra still put the hammer down there. So they're going to do one more round.
Yeah, probably just
get
some heat into the brakes and starting to brake the tyres a bit harder, get some heat into them. I think maybe that's what Sato's doing.
Yeah, so look, we got Commander Sifson. It doesn't look like many people use the push to pass. It's a very hard track to really use that with the extra horsepower, but there are areas that he's obviously going to benefit to use that. But they're saving it to later on the race, obviously. But 62 litres for Commander Cirrus. Just a little bit more for Sato. Not too much, 62.6 or 5 there.
Yep.
And Dado just under the 62 with a 61 litres, as we seem to keep skipping through after some problems going on in this lobby. But Night Havoc in 4th is at 61 as well, so they've all got roughly the same amount of fuel load. Darky a bit lower on 57, and then we've got Matty on 54. And Commander Jim on 66 because he's just coming out of pit lane with a full tank. So there you go. So they've only just used not even 10 litres of their full tank. So it should be a good little period here if we can get some green flag. Night Pegasus?
Yeah, and I often wonder if this strategy, they're obviously, they're starting to slow down now. It's when you're waiting for everyone to bunch up, I think it's well in the interest to just slow down to about 60 k's, let everyone catch up. Rather than get around at the 150 and get as many green flag laps going as you can.
And look at the battle here for the fastest lap. Sato's just got it by about 100th of a second at the moment from Commander Cirrus, but we are about to go green now. So here we go on lap 33 of 66. We're halfway through, just ticking over onto lap 34 now into the second half of this race. And it's Commander Cirrus leading Sado 15. And then we have Dado Racer in third, and he looks racy here at the back behind Sado 15. But he's looking down the inside, but it's not really where you want to put the car in early on with less grip on these tyres. And Knight Havoc finds himself having a better run out of turn 2 there. And now putting a little bit of pressure on Dado Racer. Dado seems to always take a little bit to get himself up and running.
Stone right there, Darky. The background. Yeah, we've got Jim taking him.
Yes, it goes over to Commander Jim every time we get to that circuit, so I was trying to get back to this battle here with Dado holding off Knight Havoc. And up front as well, we've got to get back up to front here. I just realised it's getting close.
Knight Havoc he was fast in practice too, Knight Havoc, and had a bit of a spin I think early in the race. He's done well to come back to there.
Yeah, well, Knight Havoc qualified 4th, and he's in 4th position now. Actually in 3rd position as something happened there to Dado. Dado's dropped some positions there. And then Knight Havoc is now got overtaken by Dark Racing 40 out of the final corner down the main straight. As we're watching the battle here. Sado, we just missed the overtake from Sado, sorry.
It's all happening.
All happening.
Happening where
we're on the lead of the race.
So maybe the red tyres there coming into effect for Sado, just heating up a bit faster than the primaries after that period of cold running. And maybe Dado and Knight Havoc had it coming together, which is what put them vulnerable to Darky there.
But Sado, since he's overtaken Commander Cirrus, he's actually extended this lead to almost a second.
Yeah,
not mucking around.
Maybe he was having trouble following in the wake in some of these corners. That's why we saw him struggling with a few off tracks. Now he's got clean there, he's away. He was able to do 107s in practice on the alternate tyres. I think he really pushed him to extend that lead. So when they swap tyres, he's got a good lead over Cirrus.
Most definitely. Looking at Knight Havoc coming through turn 1 into turn 2 here. The Andretti hairpin following Dark Racing 40 in the Andretti Autosports car. And Darky's up at the moment on this first sector as we naturally go and just get automatically directed to Commander Jim. A little bit of camera work is needed here on the buttons tonight to try and keep us onto the right car.
Obviously, he's got a good deal with the broadcaster, Commander Jim.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Pertec paid the broadcasters a lot more money to make sure we can see the Pertec car.
Yeah.
More than anyone else.
The field just looks like they're spread out just a little bit.
Yeah, just probably get themselves settled in for a little, probably a good run to the 5th flag. We've only had the 3 safety cars. We'd probably call it 4 maybe. They had 2 in altogether from lap 26 to when we started racing here again on lap 33.
It looked like Dark Racing just did his best time of the race. So.
Yeah, absolutely killing it here at the moment. He's up again in the first sector as Sado 15. It's now extended his lead to almost 2.5 seconds to Commander Cirrus, and he's up by 3.34 of a second on his fastest time out of sector 2. So his final sector, can he keep it together? This is where Sado's car's been so loose all race. He's had a few mistakes around turn 10. But he's kept it together, and he's got the run now down the starting straight. And what's he done? He's just beaten it by 1/100th of a second, so he's done a 1:08.681. So he's got the fastest lap at the moment of this race. So Commander Cirrus, you might be right there. Commander Cirrus might be stuck on the primary tyre, waiting to go onto the soft tyre at the end of this race. But again, Commander Cirrus up in that first sector. He's always been strong through there. And they're all starting to get their times through now. So obviously the tyre temperatures are coming back up.
Yeah, a bit of grip on the track as well.
In the track. Yeah, definitely. So, that looked a little bit nasty for Commander Cirrus coming over the corkscrew. We'll see if he can better his time here. Sato with a 108.681. Oh, he hasn't. He's actually, he had a moment down through the corkscrew like we thought, so that's cost him some time. So he's chasing hard for this this victory, but Sato 15 at the moment looks like he's very comfortable in front. He was a little bit rattled after he made a mistake and he was caught himself in the mid-pack, but he's been able to wipe out those little mistakes he's been making, and he's pressing through now on lap 39 in the lead of this race with Dark Racing 40. Currently second in the championship, only by a 3-point margin to Commander Cirrus. Now that's a talking point, because with a 3-point difference from second to third in the points, there's 5 points. So at the moment, Commander Cirrus is actually second in this championship. He is leapfrog Darky in the positions, and Darky's had a big moment out of the corkscrew. He has lost, is that 2 wheels or only 1 wheel? I think it's only 1. It looks like he can still steer.
1 wheel
lost
on the
his nose cone. Oh, he's got to be careful here. He doesn't damage any more of that car. So we've got the virtual safety car again here, Night Pegasus on lap 39.
Okay, so this makes it interesting because if you fuel up here, I think you can get about 22 laps out of the tank. And that'll put you about 5 laps short. Depends, of course, how long they're under safety car as well. Might be able to, some people might be able to fuel up and go to the end from here.
Yeah, right. With a bit of conservative, because you've got to remember too, there's going to be that virtual safety car period now while we wait for Darky to get to the pit lane. And there's time there that you may see, as you can see the rubbish left behind there at the outside of the corkscrew, or the inside of the corkscrew from Darky's car. But he's made the pit lane. But yeah, you could be right, Night Pegasus. With that slow, if they fuel conserve during this virtual safety car period, and possibly another virtual safety car, they could get to the end.
Yeah.
But what will they do with the tyres? Will the soft tyres last the distance, or will they get chewed up for because Sato, you believe he's been on the red, so he'll go on the hard, so he'll be able to get to the end. But what about Commander Cirrus? Will he be vulnerable at the end?
That's right. We're not sure. And I'm not sure whether he started on the alternates, and he might have already changed. It'd be interesting to see. From what I saw on my car, I could have done 2 fuel stints on the 1 set of tyres, easy. So might come down to the pit stop. You might not even have to change tyres if you're on the primaries, and you don't need to. You might be able to jump a few people in pit lane.
Yeah, exactly, and I think that's one of the rules too in this championship, that they have to use both compounds in this race. So I think that most of the drivers, of course, they've been into the pits during the virtual safety car period. I'm sure they've thrown the tyres at the car and probably find themselves already into the. This race is still going on. While we've been talking, there's been no virtual safety car. Saturday's still going hard.
Yeah,
so
I was wondering when we were talking about maybe saving the fuel, and he seemed to be pushing.
So Dark Racing maybe didn't call the virtual safety car.
Yeah, maybe he didn't.
So that's strange that he's done that, because I tell you what, he's now thrown away that second position in the championship. It's all for Commander Cirrus to lose now.
I think. Or spun out. Is there a change of position there somewhere?
not too sure, but here we go, that perfect view of Commander Jim coming down through different parts of the circuit as the camera swaps for us automatically. But so they've been going flat chat still, so obviously Darky didn't call the virtual safety car.
We were discussing before the race whether to call safety cars at all. I think they agreed that no more safety cars, 20 laps to go. So whether they actually said half distance, maybe they've changed that again.
Well, the rule was 15 laps, I believe, the last 15 laps, or the last 10. I can't have been a while. I missed the last stream.
There's a few people wanting the series to end and quickly, so we're discussing a virtual 100 safety cars. So I'm not sure if they brought that forward just to keep the green lap racing going. But yeah.
Right, so yeah, 10 laps remaining, so that would have been actually lap 56, start of lap 57, where we weren't going to have any more virtual safety cars. So we're on lap 43. So yeah, so definitely if they've made that decision, well, Darky's unfortunately been lucked out there, and he's now finds himself back into 6th position behind Matty Seeking as well. So Matty will make it hard for Darky. He's 41 seconds in front. Matty's from Darky. So see how all this transpires here. But Dado in 4th position, trying to still chase down Night Havoc. It's only under 4 seconds.
Only 3 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is probably the battle that we may want to keep watching, just to see what time Dado is doing. If he's getting faster than Night Havoc in front.
He's roughly got about 10 laps of fuel left. So I think about 3.2 is the fuel burn, so about 10 laps to go before he's got a pit. So he could come in earlier and make it to the end. Interesting what you would do here.
Yeah, definitely. But he's just clocked over his fastest lap of the race with a 109.667. Dado. So we'll just go onto his roof here. So we try and keep onto his camera through this little part of the track where it automatically goes to Commander Jim.
So something I always struggle with is like working out pit stop strategies on the fly when the race changes. So and then you've got to get in and maybe adjust your strategy, select another strategy. And there's not a lot of time on this track to do that. A lot of other tracks we've been to, we've had a nice long straight you can fiddle around, but here I found it difficult. There was nowhere really to adjust anything.
Oh, that's exactly right. It's such a busy circuit. You always seems to be turning on this circuit, you know. So yeah, you're definitely right. And you've got to have your wits about you too, because there's one little moment away from the screen trying to adjust this. If a car in front or something happens, and you sort of come into a corner, a fast corner where you think you can just sort of still concentrate on what you're doing on the screen, you might find yourself in a bit of trouble as well.
Yeah, it doesn't take much to miss the braking marker and run a bit wide.
So is Dado going to get held up here with Dark Racing 40? You'd hope not. Darky's, yeah, there you go. The racer of Darky, he's been able to just pull off and let Dado continue on his way, because he's got a nice little battle here with Night Havoc.
Yes.
Dado got held up. He made a little mistake. I thought his car looked like it was a bit slow out of in sector 3, especially out of the corkscrew. I think it was that previous lap, and the times there does show that he was about a second slower than Night Havoc. So he's got a little bit. He's lost all that hard work that he has been doing, bridging that gap. Now ballooned out back to over 4 seconds again. And then Night Havoc's has had a slow lap that time around too, so this could be a little bit of a seesawing stage of the race between the two drivers.
Yeah, no, just looking, is he catching Cirrus there? I'm sure he's like pulling in a second on him as we started watching him.
Who's been pulling in?
Night Havoc.
Getting closer?
Night Havoc.
Night Havoc. Well, Commander Cirrus last lap was 109 and Night Havoc's was 111, so I don't think so.
It's just a project car timing thing.
Yeah, could be. Yeah, so Night Havoc's roughly 17 seconds behind Commander Cirrus at the moment. And Commander Cirrus around 8 seconds behind Sato. So Sato's just absolutely bolted.
Yes, he's really enjoying having a car with downforce, as we know last night. He took him a while to dial in a Mercedes at the Bathurst 12 hour. Just had it going at the end, and I think here he's like well and truly settled into the high downforce car.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. And everyone thinking about the Bathurst 12 hour. Well, yes, ANZCRL Combined Racing League, big news. We are now up and running on PC with Automobilista 2 as well. So head over to our website and have a look. We've got actually running 6 special events through this year. And the next one is in May. I'm just having a quick look now while we speak. But next, also we're planning to run maybe a series somewhere throughout 2022 if we can on Automobilista 2 for the PC guys. And then next year in 2023 we are aiming to run 4 to 6 series if we can on Automobilista 2. So we've got the Monaco, the 1988 Monaco Grand Prix for the Formula Classic Gen 2 cars on Saturday the 28th of May. So
should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, so if you're Australian or New Zealander and you have got a PC, I know this stream is all about project cars too, but if you are and want to have a look, again, check us out on our webpage and come and join in for some fun. But back to this race here.
Looks like
all about Sato.
Dato's closed in to 2 seconds now. Out to 2 seconds.
Oh, thank you for that heads up, because yes, it is definitely race on here for 3rd position with less than 20 laps remaining. So and pit stops to come. So we've got 20 litres of 20 litres of fuel for Dato and about 18 and a half litres for Night Havoc. So obviously Night Havoc will be the first one to pit, but I'd say Dato will follow him in when Night Havoc does make that decision to come in.
Oh, Dato go wide there?
Not sure, mate, but he looks like he's just coming through the corkscrew now. Obviously there's a delay with Night Pegasus watching the stream here on Twitch while he's live in the commentary with me. But I'm really impressed by Night Havoc here.
He would when Night Havoc comes in, because he have to put less. He only has to put less fuel in, so he might just jump in the pits.
Yeah. I think the rate of the fuel that goes in, though, they're only a 2 litres difference. I don't think that's enough here. I think the gap here at the moment, but it just depends how much gain that Dato can have on the in-lap here when they do decide, because as we said, it looks like they're matching each other for lap really. One lap you'll find Night Havoc will do a fast lap, and then Dato will do a fast lap. And they're climbing up here, up to the Rahal curve there. Rahal straight, I should say.
And then I guess, well, what tyres do you put on? I don't know what they're running now, and I don't know what they started on, but surely you've got to put the reds on for the last, if you're Dato, because they're about a second a lap faster at the moment on this course. And Night Havoc, you've got to do the same. And then what have they got left push to pass? They've got 10.
10, yeah, that's what it looks like. So, yeah, with 16 laps remaining, I think that's exactly it, with the temperature starting to cool down. The race start was for 4 p.m, so it's definitely 5 p.m. in the afternoon, past 5 p.m. now in the afternoon, so in game time. So the race has gone fairly quick too at the moment too, so they're on a good little pace here at the moment to probably get this race done within an hour 20, I'd say. But Let's have a look to see what Matty's up to. Matty's seeking. He's in sort of like no man's land at the moment there on lap 48. So quite a few laps down to the leaders at the moment.
Yeah, and I was battling with him for a championship position, so I think if he stays where he is, he might just do me.
Yeah, I'll have a look at that in a second. We've got Commander Cirrus in the lane. Yes, so he's pitted. And how much fuel? So he's got 54 litres.
54, yes, so he'll get to the end. And I reckon he's got the reds on now. Interesting to see what his lap times end up being.
So this is actually what they've been wanting to do for so long with the races, because we've been littered with a lot of safety cars. It's good to see that this little pit strategy is going to come out to play here now, because we're getting close to officially no more safety cars, but we're not too sure if they've had a gentleman agreement to stop safety cars with 20 laps remaining, which means that there'll be no more, because we did see Dark Racing 40 have an incident and lose his front wheel, and there was no safety car called. So it's up to the individual driver to call the safety car when it's a single car incident. So if they don't want to call it, that's their choice. So here we go, Sato. And again, he's got 10 push to passes as well. So as long as everything goes smoothly through here in this pit stop, he should come back out in front of Commander Cirrus. But Knight, Havoc, I think he's getting close. He might take the lead here, Knight Havoc. Oh no, he's in the pit lane. So will Dado come in? No, Dado's staying out, Knight Pegasus, when you get that on the screen. So Dado is not following Knight Pegasus, Knight Havoc in.
And what's he got? He's got about probably three laps. He's got about 3 laps of fuel left, so he's going to push to the end. And like I say, we don't know what they're doing with the safety car. He's pinching the brake there for a second, so his tyres must be getting warm. But if the safety car comes out now, he's stuffed.
Well,
everyone else
much that's what it is.
Yeah,
so he's only 6 seconds behind Sato at the moment, but he's got Commander Cirrus actually chasing him down too. And both those guys, Sato and Commander Cirrus, have both pitted though, so they're right to go to the end. And we're just going to wait to see when Dado pits. So he's maybe wanting to use a bit of push to pass if he can through this little stage of the race to try and leapfrog Knight Havoc in the pit lane.
Yeah, no, might be smart, because there's probably only really 1 to 2 places to pass, one of them being the final corner and the other being turn 1. The rest of the place is hard to overtake.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking though. If I was a Dado racer, I would be on that push to pass button and trying to get those lap times down. Oh, you don't want to get into a battle here with Commander Cirrus. It's only going to cost Dado this 3rd position from Knight Havoc. Oh, but Commander Cirrus has made a mistake out of turn 3, so that's a bit costly. And Knight Havoc hasn't used any push to pass for any defence either. You'd think that again he could do the same thing to make sure that he stays in front of Dado.
Yes, that's right. So take a lap. Longer Dado stays there, just take a lap, settle into the car, the new weight in it, and then give it everything.
Oh, there we've got Dado in the lead. Sato's made a mistake to the corkscrew, so now we've got Commander Cirrus right on Sato, only a second behind for the lead of this race as well. As Dado comes in the pit lane, it's all happening right now, in front of our eyes here, as Dado's in the lane. We'll keep an eye on that to see where he filters out, if he gets in front of Knight Havoc or not. But Sato 15 made a mistake out of the corkscrew, and that has now made Commander Cirrus right on the back of him. Now Commander Cirrus will be kicking himself, Knight Pegasus, for making that mistake earlier on.
Yes.
Because he effectively would have been in front of Sato here right now if he didn't make that mistake when he was following Dado.
Yes, and coming out of this corner. And Sato's used a push to pass as well. And another one. So he's down to 8.
Jim, why do we see you all the time? Here we go. So Sato running wide out of the no balls corner.
So coming out of the pit lane, here it is, Ty. Hello.
So Night Havoc, it looks like he's still behind. So Dado has made that stick.
Oh, I was looking at the
43
map.
litres of 43 litres for Dado, and Night Havoc has 57. So has Dado got enough? I think Dado's got enough fuel. I think Night Havoc overfilled his car.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, about
so
3.2 laps, or 3.2 litres a lap, and there's what, about 12 laps to go. So you're only looking at about 40. So
yeah, so these guys, they're all roughly the same amount of fuel, the top three, but Night Havoc unfortunately stuck in pit lane a little bit longer, putting a little bit excessive fuel in, has cost him that third position to Dado Racer.
and also
Dado up front.
Dado using his push to pass, as we were discussing.
Yeah, exactly. So that's exactly probably helped him as well. But I'll tell you what, Commander Jim keeps getting in the way of this cameraman. He absolutely loves. Oh, they've both run wide out of turn 6.
Ooh.
Absolutely pushing, but they don't want to be doing that too much out of turn 6 because it can turn into disaster fairly quickly. But that's cost Commander Cirrus heaps of time.
Yes.
So Commander Cirrus now 2.5 seconds behind Sado.
It looks like they must be both on reds as well. The times are on. Cirrus had such a good lap. The previous lap, 1.9 flat.
Yeah, Commander Cirrus, look at that 112. That cost him a lot then when they ran wide.
Night Havoc in the 109s as well.
Yeah, he's got some pace there in the Chip Ganassi car. Yeah, he'll be just thinking, oh, if only I got that fuel number right.
Yeah, still in his push to
so
pass.
hard.
I think it's time now.
Hopefully he's got it mapped too. If the drivers haven't got it mapped as well, he's been out of the seat a little bit too, Night Havoc, so he might forget which button he has mapped it to if he has, and he might be pressing a few buttons around, or you're too scared to press a button because it could be the pit limiter button.
Yep, been there, done that.
I think we've all been there and done that.
Also, when you hit the exit to pit button when you're trying to find a pit limiter and crash into the wall, I did that in practice.
Oh, there's plenty of little errors that we all make on this game, but yeah, especially now when we're playing the different sims here and there all around. So what can Dado do? Can he just hold on to this third position and just keep it cool?
Yeah, he's got a 6-second lead, so he can still go fast, but he doesn't have to push. So he's a wily old coyote as well, so he'll have it worked out. It's just a matter of whether he can execute.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So and Dado, I think he's too far away to try and leapfrog into third position from Darky as well. So in the championship I'm talking about. So at the moment we've got Commander Cirrus. As long as he finishes where he is, he will leapfrog Dark Racing 40 for second in the championship, with Sado 15 taking out the 2022 ANZCRL IndyCar Championship. But we won't count this yet, will we? At all illogical. I mean, why am I calling it illogical? Night Pegasus.
The other thing I've just noticed too, it looks like Night Havoc's got a time penalty as well. We're not sure what that is, so that's got to play into things as well.
Yeah, we'll just bring up the timings that will show us here. He's got a 3-second time penalty, and Commander Jim has a 4-second time penalty. Fastest lap of the race is so far going to Sado 15 with a 108.213, so that's an extra bonus point for Sado at the moment.
Yeah, so Dado's got plenty of time up his sleeve. He's got about 10 seconds.
So there's a little battle going on here between, or there a lap difference between Matty and Darky. So Dark Racing is in front of Matty on the same lap now, but he's got to go right around again to get the back of Matty. So that's still a possibility with the way that we know that Matty can make a few little mistakes here and there.
Oh,
So
there he goes.
yeah, exactly. So fifth position is not secured for Matty at this stage with 10 laps remaining. Oh, actually not 10 laps remaining, because I'm looking at, he's on lap 57 where the leaders are actually on 59. So there's less than that to go. There's 7 laps remaining.
Yeah, so Matty doesn't have to pit again. Looking at his fuel there, 36. He should be fine. Commander Jim, as always, he's fine.
Yeah, he's got enough fuel to the end.
He looks here on 54. He's running a bit close. Oh, no, sorry, that's Jim.
Nah, 31. Yeah, I quickly swapped them around. They swapped around on me. But yeah, 31 litres on our screen now for Dark Racing 40. So you think that should get him through for another 7 more laps?
Yeah, and he's a couple of laps down too, so yeah. You'd be right.
Yeah. So back at front here, and they're going to start. Oh, Sato's had a little bit of a moment coming, getting the power on early, and he's actually, Sato's used 3. He's only got 3 push to pass left, and Cirrus has only got 4. So yeah, will we see a change for the lead here?
Yeah, we've got a few back markers
soon.
coming up too.
Exactly, they're going to come into count here.
Ooh, Cirrus is close right up.
Yeah, within a second. Oh, get back onto Commander Jim again. At the moment we don't want to, but it doesn't really matter because they're right behind him anyway, so it works out all right, as they're all on the same section of the circuit. Fires billowing out of the Honda engine here of the RLL racing car of Sato 15. Oh, Commander Jim's gone really wide there, the rainy curve.
Yeah, just in a bit of
barriers.
aero watch, I reckon.
Yeah, he was getting close there. Oh, there we go. We got Matty Seca getting out of the way. I thought he might have just tried to balk a little bit of Sato down the straight here, just to slow him down, just a touch, but he didn't. Oh, look at Commander Cirrus coming in at a rate of knots here and almost overshooting turn 1, or turn 2 they call it here.
Yeah, it's on. Pushing hard. We've got Sato's got 2 push to passes left.
We'll just jump on board here with Commander Cirrus as he comes up the hill here into the no balls corner. Don't want to be pinching any brakes too much here now. These tyres will be, if they're on the reds here, they'll be fairly much at the moment.
Through there, so I must use another push to pass.
Yeah.
Up to 2 seconds.
Yeah, Cirrus, I think he's just missing his turning points. He's pushing a little bit too hard. Maybe those front tyres are gone on him because he's not getting that turn in like he liked earlier. But we know he's been keeping that pressure though to Sato, so that's definitely been a thing that's kept Sato honest, and we've seen those little mistakes from Sato the previous couple of laps. So his Dado has dropped from 3rd to 4th.
Oh, so he's had a moment.
Night Havoc has found himself in front, but he's also got that, what did he have, 3 second time
3
penalty,
seconds.
so Dado 6 seconds behind.
So he needs to catch up another 2 seconds.
So it's all happening here with 4 laps remaining, plus this one that the leaders are on.
Yep.
It's coming to a close this season, and it is absolutely on. We've got 2 seconds for the lead of the race, and you could say 3 seconds between Dado and Night Havoc after you take the 3 second penalty into account of Night Havoc.
Pressure's
on
on.
track though. There's 6 seconds the difference between Night Havoc and Dado. So he had a nice healthy little margin over Night Havoc and has made a mistake somewhere that we haven't seen. And Sato as well. He's been he was on these sim rigs, as we said, 2.5 hours roughly last night, and he's back on it again for another long session. So very testing. He's doing a good job, but can he keep it together for the next 3 laps? Time will tell.
He's probably overfueled as well. Look at his fuel there.
Yeah, but he's definitely racing like a champion here, Sato, at the moment. Oh, what's happening here? I think Dark Racing 40's lost a wheel.
Or lost the rear.
Well, he's got wheels there, but is his engine cooked?
Oh, might be.
I'm not too sure there, but he's coming in a pit lane. But let's have a look at the difference here between
Lost his nose.
Dado, Night Havoc. It's only 4.4 seconds of difference now. So definitely a chance here for Dado to get within that 3 seconds of Night Havoc and claim that final podium spot still, based on the time penalty that Night Havoc has. Might just quickly check those timings again, make sure he hasn't increased anymore. No, it's still only that 3 second time penalty for Night Havoc and 4 second for Commander Jim. And the fastest lap is still going to Sato 15 with a 108.213. Can't see that time being beaten late in the race here with the tyres in the condition that they are.
Alright, it's going to come down to push the passes with these two there. Night Havoc's just used another one.
Yeah, he's into one.
And as we know, it's a lot easier to chase than it is to maintain a gap.
Yeah, it's a very hard little moment here of the race here for Night Havoc, as he knows he needs to try and keep that 3 second or more margin to Dado. Now 4 second difference here between Sato and Commander Cirrus. He's on the penultimate lap. Sato.
Yeah, so it looks like he's got it done. Obviously, I think Cirrus has pushed hard and maybe had a bit of a tyre problem. Why the gaps crept out.
So Commander Jim, he's behind Dark Racing 40, but I think they're almost on the same. No, Dark is 1 lap in front of him, so they'll finish on the same lap pretty much, because Commander Jim's still got to go around to get onto his 61st lap. Yep. And Dark Racing's already on his 61st. So Darky doesn't want to do anything silly here on the last lap and a bit that he's got, because Commander Jim will, after all that hard work, Commander Jim stayed out. He could find himself a 6th spot.
Close with Dado and Night Havoc. It looks like he's almost got the 3 seconds there.
Yeah, so the last lap here on Saturday 15, but we'll just have a quick little look here as we're back onto the crazy camera angles. But yeah, Dado races within 3 seconds. He can actually sniff the fumes coming out the back of Night Havoc's Chevrolet here. Oh, a little lock up from Night Havoc as he's trying to push as hard as he can. He's got 2 more pushes to pass. Will he use one here? Get that power onto the starting straight. Dado Racer, he's used up all his pushes past to actually bridge this gap between the two, but he's well and truly in striking distance to get a leg up here onto the podium. But here we are with Sato 15 through the dipper for the final time, or the dipper, the corkscrew for the final time through the rainy curve. Turn 10, where he had it off earlier in the race, and now the final corner. And here is our 2022 ANZCRL's IndyCar champion, Sato 15 for Team ROL Racing, number 15, Honda Racing. Well done to Sato 15.
Yeah, congratulations.
Second in the...
He's been fast all season.
Yes, and we won't take anything away from Commander Cirrus. He's had a very hard championship as well, and he's finally got himself in the second highest championship result for Commander Cirrus, as the celebrating donuts here from
Dado.
Dado.
Let's got it down.
Here we go.
A second
well,
here.
Down. He's within a second. So with that the time penalty, that's going to cost Night Havoc in the end, because Dado is going to find himself stepping onto the podium. Oh, no, he's not going to step on the podium.
Oh.
Dado Racer has absolutely... There's going to be a name for this one, I think, for throwing away a podium. It's going to be a Dado. Well, he's already got a Dado for something, but there you go. So Night Havoc holds on. Night Havoc holds on to third position. You would not have picked that, Night Pegasus.
No,
Dado had it for third.
He could have just crept around there in third gear, I think, and still had it. He'll be fuming. Cronulla got thrashed apparently, and now he's had that happen all in the space of 4 days. Oh,
no, and look who's behind him, Matty Seeking, and he's got the Cronulla flag for the country flags waving as well. So nothing's looking good for Dado, unfortunately. But the good news is as I said, Commander Cirrus has been able to leapfrog Dark Racing 40 for second in the championship.
Yes.
So Darky will be third in the championship. Dado Racer will hold on to fourth position. And also you will be Night Pegasus will hold on to fifth. Matty Seeking will hold on to sixth. And as we said, Night Havoc's done all he has to do to hold on to seventh over Commander Jim as well. So congratulations to everyone there. Dark Racing with a DNF there. He probably couldn't get to the end. Maybe not too sure what ended up happening to him.
Probably timed out the finish of the race, but it timed out before he got there.
Okay, so with an hour 26 minutes. Hour 27 minutes, good enough to be there. That's not a bad result with 4 safety car periods through this race. It's been our best round for the 8-round championship. So we'll return back to the lobbies to the guys, and we'll try and get the newly crowned champion into the party chat here. So let's get him in here. Because obviously I'm going to have to send him an invite because no one can join my party.
Well, that was great. That was an exciting race in the end. A few battles going on. I think Cirrus realised his fate. Obviously, I think his tyres probably went, and he's just settled for second. He couldn't win the championship. Wanted to bring it home, but I think the talking point we'll leave this series will be Dado with that spin on the final corner.
Definitely thrown away that podium. He done all the hard work, and he got within that 3 seconds. Well, he was only a second behind Night Havoc at the time, and gassed it up out of the final corner and looped it and threw away that podium. But anyway, I believe we have got the 2022 IndyCar champion for ANZCRL, Sato 15 for Team RLL Racing. Hello, Sato. Congratulations.
Thanks, Woody.
What a topsy-turvy race you had tonight, mate. You thought you might have thrown it away at some stages, but then later in the race it came to you. And but then you had a little moment coming out of the corkscrew late in the race. And, I thought that stage there, Commander Cirrus may have got in front if he made a mistake a lap previous from you. And if he hadn't made that mistake, I think he would have got in front of you in that stage of that race.
Yeah, that was silly on my part. I was trying to break my own lap record and broke myself into that corkscrew. I'm thankful I was able to pull it up.
Yeah, well, you've done an absolutely champion effort, mate, because you've taken out 5 victories here in this 8-round championship as well. We won't forget about the Indy 500 as well. And you're also one of the Triple Crown, ANZCRL Triple Crown awardees as well. So you've absolutely blitzed it to the start of 2022. So you must be feeling very good on top of the world at the moment, Sato.
Yeah, it's nice that the pace I've sort of shown is finally starting to pay dividends.
Yeah, definitely, and it was a very entertaining race too. We had plenty of going on, plenty of little battles, and you wouldn't have seen what happened at the end while you were doing your celebration burnouts. But Dado Racer almost got himself on the podium. He only had to be within 3 seconds of Night havoc, and he was within a second on the last lap, and coming out of the final corner, he decided to gas it up a bit too much, and he looped it. So
no.
I'm sure that he's doing the dado might change to doing a dado when you throw away a podium now. So there you go. So anyway, Night Pegasus joined us as well, so he might have something to say. I'll ask you a question, Sato, or congratulate you on your championship.
Congratulations, Saturday. Good to see you being nice and consistent. One question I'd need to ask, and I think all the fans want to know, was that moment in Corkscrew, was that a oh hello or a oh dear moment?
That was a word I cannot say on the internet.
Also, you've got a third
there.
one to your
Nice.
repertoire there, hey?
Don't go for lap records. Just friggin' just control the race.
So we're just wondering about the tyre selection there at the end. So obviously Brad started on the primaries, got them out of the way, and then we were able to run the alternates for the last two stints.
Yeah.
And was Cirrus was on a different tyres there for a while. So obviously he went to the
stint, I think.
Yeah, so he went to the Reds for the final stint, because your matching lap time was pretty consistently there for a while, and I'm not quite sure what happened to Cirrus, but he mowed you down, and then all of a sudden he dropped about 2 seconds behind on one lap. So
yeah, so he so I was following him to turn one. It might have been lap 40 odd or something. And yeah, he just outbroke himself into turn one, slid wide, and that's how I was able to make that overtake on him. And because I felt if I was stuck behind Cirrus, the dirty air was so bad on my car that I could not follow cars when I was behind. And once I was able to get in front, I could just then take off.
Yes, yeah, we did notice that, and we were wondering whether that was the reason why you couldn't get within the second there for a while. So yeah, played out well. So you judged it well. What happened with the safety cars? Like, we saw Dark Racing lose a wheel there at one stage, and no safety car was called.
That was Dark's decision to not call the safety car. We're getting towards the end of the race. He didn't want to halt the race up just for his sake. He just wanted the race to be over and done with.
Oh, I talking about earlier in the race, with less than halfway. He lost the front wheel.
Is that the safety car that went extra long?
No, it was.
Yeah, no. There was no. I think we were right. Darky lost a wheel. I think it was after halfway. I think that's what Sato was saying. That he just didn't want to call it.
Yeah.
Because we did have a double safety car. Was that on lap 39? And then
it was a bit early. It
lap
was about lap
40
20,
something.
It was about lap 20 odd, I think, was the double safety car where we were just about to get ready to go to green, and then poor committed Jim binned it again.
Oh yeah, that was lap 26, and you didn't get started till about lap 32. Yeah, so there was a double safety car. So there was 5 safety cars. That was our best effort we've had all year. We were averaging 8 safety cars per race, and so we've beaten that to 5 for the final round. So that's a good way to end.
Averaging
and
8 safety cars, not including Indy.
when I say averaging is we didn't have any better than 8. There was always 8 safety cars for of most of the races, I think. Other than the Coda, I didn't actually get a record of that. So
0. They didn't run safety
zero
cars.
Safety cars. So there you go. So anyway, you finished on a high. You finished like a champion should, with a victory here at Laguna Seca Saturday. So congratulations, mate, on the series win as well. And we look forward to bringing some more action, as we said earlier, in a fortnight's time on the 15th of May, where we bring into Series 2 the Ferrari 488 series for what should be a very entertaining 7 weeks of racing. So if you're on Xbox Project Cars 2 in Australia and New Zealand, please hit us up and join us at ANZCRL. So until then, have a good couple of weeks, and we'll be back on your screens in a couple of weeks' time. Cheerio, everyone.
Bye.